أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everybody to today's class. Jazakumullah to all of you for arriving on time. Just a quick reminder as per usual, please make sure your heads are covered. You're in wudu.
A7404, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, darling. You okay?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, sweetheart. So if you could start by reciting the Dawood, and then we will go on to Quraysh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Okay, mashallah, that was such a nice recitation. Very, very nice. Okay, so let me just give you some quick feedback, okay? This lam here that I've highlighted on the top, majestic lam. Last week we introduced majestic lam, where if you had the word Allah, you had to look at the stroke that came just before. In this case, what is that stroke here?
Meme.
Well, the letter is a meme and the stroke?
Kasra.
Kasra, okay. And what happens to the lam within Allah when the stroke before is a kasra?
You have to make it your mouth, like you have to make it thick.
Okay, so there are times when you make the lam thick, but that's when the stroke is on top. A fatha, a dhamma, or a fathatain, or a dhammatain. You make it thin. In fact, actually, a lam is thin. It's only when the stroke is on the top that it becomes thick. So in this case, you read it as it's meant to be. So it's A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillah.
Bismillah.
Okay, well done. Okay, so just remember to make that lam thin there. Okay, here you did a very nice off. You could make it a little bit thicker and heavier. It was already very nice, but you can make it thicker and heavier. So try it, yeah? Qaw, qaw.
Oh.
Well done, yeah? لِإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ.
لإيلاف قريش.
Well done, okay? The qaf comes from the very top of your throat, right at the back of your mouth, and you need to try and get the sound out from there. This does require practice. It's a letter that isn't in the English language, that sound, so it does require practice, but mashallah, your pronunciation is very good. This ayn, I highlighted it only because you did it absolutely beautifully. It's not often that you hear that done properly. So if you repeat it so that everybody else can hear just how good that was. From fa.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Well done. Okay. This is an ayn. Okay. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. Okay. It's a softer sound than like an alif. You don't make an sound. So فَلْيَعْبُدُوا.
فليعبدوا.
Well done. Okay. This letter here that I've highlighted, a dhal. Many students are pronouncing this with a Z sound, okay, like a zal. The correct Arabic pronunciation is the, dhal. So you put the tip of your tongue between your teeth at the front, and then you make the sound dhal to say the letter. So repeat, dhal.
Dal.
Well done. So when you read this, it's alladhi.
الذي.
Well done. So pick up on this pronunciation, okay? Here there's a to. Do you know something about the little to?
Do you have to make it thick?
It's a thick sound. Fantastic. Yes, well done. There's one other thing that ta has a property when it carries a sukoon on top.
You have to do a jerk.
You do indeed, because it's one of the 5 qalqala letters. Ta. Okay. So when you read this, you have to do a slight bounce with your tongue. Yeah. Ata.
Otter.
Well done. That's exactly right. Yeah. Ata amahum.
Otter. Amahum.
Well done. Here we have a mim mushaddad. What happens when we have a mim mushaddad?
Nasal sound.
Indeed, yes, fantastic. 2 seconds, okay? So when you read all this through, it should sound like alladhi at'amahum. Okay, so there's a 2-second nasal sound there. So have a go reading it from Allah up to here.
Allazi. Wait, can I read it again?
Yeah, carry on.
Allazi at'amahum min ju'in.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you're making all the right sounds and applying the rules. Just 2 seconds here, darling. Yeah, don't rush through it. Alladhi at'amahum min ju'in.
Allazi at'amahum min ju'in.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. Okay, so here you have, let me just take that away, okay? Here, for those that know, this is one of the waqf symbols that you'll see within the Quran Majid. We will, inshallah, be visiting those at some length later in the course. But for now, all you need to know is that this symbol here, these 2 symbols here, will tell you that you can choose to stop here or you can choose to carry on. Okay, you can choose to carry on reading without making a pause whatsoever. What would you like to do? Would you like to make a pause here or would you like to carry on reading it straight after?
A pause.
Pause. Okay then. So in that case, when you pause on the ayn with the kasratain, again, this is waqf rules, so we will visit them soon, inshallah, okay? The kasratain, you have to act as if it's not there. The ayn becomes a sakin ayn. And so when you pronounce this, you have to read the ju, because there is a jim, dhamma, waw mad afterwards. You have to read the ju, and then you have to join the ayn sound in. And this is how it will sound. Ju.
Ju.
Well done, okay? Ayn comes from the middle of your throat. So if you were to put your fingers next to your, in the middle of your neck, okay? And then try to make the ayn sound, you'll feel it. That's where the sound is coming from. So when you join the ayn sound, what you do is you move the middle of your throat so that it closes, okay? Ju.
Ju.
Well done, well done. And that's exactly how it should sound. So have a go there again from alladhi.
Allazi at'amahum min ju'.
Mashallah, very nice. So I hope everybody else at home was also listening, okay? Because this was, you know, how to practice reading this. A lot of students have difficulty. Okay, so let's carry on reading to the end then. What?
What?
Again? Okay. Well done. Okay. So what happens here is there's a noon sakin, and you've been taught that as soon as you see a noon sakin, you have to automatically take your eye to the next letter. And when you take your eye to the next letter, what that letter is one of the things that helps you decide what to do with the noon sakin. So there's a noon sakin. The next letter is what?
Kha.
Well done. Okay. What happens when the next letter after Nun Sakin is a ho?
You don't make the nasal sound.
Yeah, you don't make the nasal sound whatsoever. You make a clear, distinct Nun sound. So this is min. Min khawf.
Min khawf.
Well done, okay? So this verse here would be الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. Now I chose to join it there because that's just how I read. But did you notice that this Nun Sakin, we did this slight nasal sound because the next letter was a Jim. Here on this Nun Sakin, we didn't make a nasal sound whatsoever because the next letter is a Ho. This is something that you were all taught, and you will need to learn those 6 letters which cause the Nun Sakin to be very clear and distinct. Okay, sweetheart, thank you so much. Jazakumullah for your reading. Very nice reading. Pay attention to the few things that I pointed out, and inshallah we'll listen to you again another time.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz, darling. Okay, if I may have another student to the mic.
Yes, day teacher is here as well.
Okay then, let me just, right, okay. Let me just have a student to the mic.
Okay.
Okay, actually no, I can pass over to the day teacher.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Apologize to everybody. There was an issue with the technology on my end. Inshallah, it should be okay from now on.
Okay.
Jazakumullah. Do you want in charge for starting off the lesson for me?
No
just to
problem.
confirm, we've just been practicing the previous surahs.
We've practiced Quraysh only. Had a very talented young gentleman on the mic, and I was about to go to Maun, but the timing is now 6:25, so you may want to move on.
Yeah, I will then, I will postpone our presentation for today.
Yes.
And I will continue with today's lesson, and then inshallah we will do the presentation either later this week or next week. If that's
Okay then.
Okay,
No problem.
thank you so much.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, yes, students, very sorry about the technical issue that happened just now. So let us get on and inshallah carry on with today's lesson, which is assimilation, Idgham Kamil, and we'll be reading today chapter 104 of the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Humaza, the backbiter. Okay, and the rule for today, the rule we'll be focusing on is assimilation, Idgham Kamil. Okay, so without any further ado, if we have a student on the mic, please.
Yes. Our next nasra is N8366.
N8366, brilliant.
Mama, please.
Assalamu alaikum, N8366. N8366, are you here?
Yeah, please. Oh, look.
Assalamu alaikum, N8366, can you hear me?
We'll move to another student then.
Okay, that's fine.
Our next student is N8398.
N8398, okay. N8398, can you hear me?
Yes.
N8398. Assalamu alaikum, how are you today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, excellent. Okay, so before we start with today's lesson, we were going to have a presentation, but we'll move that to another time. I need to ask you a quick question. Can you tell me how many thick letters there are in the Arabic alphabet? If you don't know how many, you can just say them out loud, the ones that you remember.
I'm not sure like how many letters there are in the alphabet.
In the thick letters, the thick, serious, heavy letters.
Oh.
Do you remember any of them? The ones which we pronounce with a thick sound.
Sod.
Dod, well done, excellent. Any others?
Dod.
Dod, well done.
Da.
Da.
And I think I forgot the rest.
Okay, so let's just, for everybody now, this is an important thing for everybody to remember. Okay, now the letters here in red are the ones which are our thick, heavy sounds. Okay, and to say these sounds, we need to have a round mouth. So all of the students in the class, you must remember these letters. It's very, very important. There are 7 thick letters. The rest of them are all thin letters, apart from in certain circumstances where we have looked in previous lessons, for example, at thick ra and thick lam, and the places where we make a thick sound for this. But overall, there are 7 thick letters in the Arabic alphabet, which we really need to focus on, we really need to remember. So could you just start with Dawud, Tasmiyah, and just repeat these thick letters, and they are the ones in red. So off you go.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Start from here. Do you remember this letter?
Kha,
Kha, well done. Again, thick sound, round mouth. Kha, well done. Next one.
Sad,
Sad, well done.
Dad,
Dad,
Ta,
Da,
Za,
Za,
Ghain,
Ghain. And remember, Ain, it's not, you don't have to change the shape of your mouth so much, but with Ghain, you do have to make your mouth serious, round, and make a thick sound. And this one here,
Ka,
once more. This
Qaf,
one. Qaf, well done. Qaf. What's this letter, the letter next to it?
Kaf,
Kaf, well done. So there has to be a differentiation between both of those letters. They have to sound different, okay? And it's really important because when we're reading our surahs, we don't have these letters highlighted. So we do need to remember where we need to change the shape of our mouth in order to produce this thick sound. With all the other letters of the alphabet, you need to have a softer mouth, more of a, we'll call them our smiley letters. So we can smile, we can say them with a soft sound. But these 7, it's very, very important that we know these letters and we remember which ones they are, okay? Because when they're not highlighted for us, it's important for us to know that. Because remember, right at the beginning, we explained, if these letters are said incorrectly, it can change the meaning of the words that we are reciting. Okay, really good. Jazakumullah, thank you so much, N8398. Jazakumullah for your help. Okay.
Mudafis.
Allah Hafiz. So, this is just something, just a reminder for everybody, because as we're moving through all the surahs quite quickly, it's something sometimes we forget, so we do need to focus on these things. Okay, and keep looking back over this sheet if you have it. It's on the website, download it, keep reading the letters, make sure you know how the shape of your mouth should be in order to recite each of these letters. Okay, so we are now going to move on to our surah, and in today's lesson, we are looking at Idgham Kamil. Now, I'm not going to go through this in too much detail because we have done this before. Okay, we have done this before, right? You have in previous lessons done Idgham Naqis, where you make a nasal sound in order to join a meme to a waw or a ya. In this case, we are looking at Idgham Kamil, and we're focusing on the lam or ra mushaddad. Let me put my highlighter on here, just so that you can remember. Lam or ra mushaddad. Now, if a lam or a ra mushaddad is preceded by, that means the letter that comes before it is a nun sakin or a tanween, like here, okay, you will make no nasal sound at all, and you will join the letter here, the letter that comes before the nun sakin or before or under the tanween, you will join that directly to the lam or directly to the ra. So for example, in this case here, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim, this will be min ladunka. There is no nun sound there. No nun sound. And you can see underneath in this example here, they've taken the nun out so that you know how to pronounce it. You just have to ignore the nun here. Okay? Milladunka. Okay? Same here. Okay? There's a tanween, but you are not to make a nasal sound. So you will join the ra directly to the lam. Khairul lakum. Khairul lakum. No nun sound at all. Here again, mir-rabbihim, mir-rabbihim. Okay, so anywhere you see a nun sakin or a tanween, and the next letter is a lam mushaddad, like here, or a ra mushaddad like here, you do not make the nasal sound. Okay, now let me show you in our surah today so that you can see where this will come. So for example, get my highlighter ready here. Okay, we have a tanween here. So normally there would be the sound, the gunna sound there, but instead you are going to join this straight. So this will be lulli, lulli. Okay, and again over here there is a tanween here. Okay, so this will be joined and this will be tillu, tillu. Okay, so I'm just reminding you, we've looked at all of these lessons in G1 and we spent a lot of time on it. So it's just a reminder that you need to be careful today not to make that nasal sound if you see a lam or a ra mushaddad and the letter before it has a tanween or a nun sakin. Okay, so they're just highlighting that. So we're going to go on. I'll recite the surah for you. I want you all to follow. There are a lot of rules in this surah which you need to be careful of, which we have looked at before. Okay, so just listen carefully, follow the letters, think about the thick and thin letters and the different sounding letters as well. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في أمد ممددة. Okay, so a couple of other things that I just want to remind you of. One is, where is the miniature meme gone? Here, okay. Again, this is a lesson we have looked at before. We have looked at this before. There's a little tiny meme there. And if you were listening carefully, you would have heard that this ya, I didn't join it to the noon, I joined it to the meme. Okay, so this miniature meme means that if there's a noon sakin, but you see a miniature meme, the noon changes into a meme instead. And the next letter will always be a ba. Okay, so when you join here, you join to the dry part of your lips at the front, and then you move your lips through in order to make the ba sound. Let me just recite it for you. So it would be la yumba. So the yum, I just use the front part, the dry part of my lips, and in order to say the ba sound, it's slightly inside your lips, which is the wet part of your lips. And the sound should just flow and roll through your mouth. So la yumba. Okay, so that's one thing you need to be wary of, right? So we are going to start, and we're just going to go through and listen to our students, and please be mindful of all the previous rules that we have done. Particularly, one of the things we need to particularly be careful of here are our thick and thin sounds here. So we have a ta and a to, right? So we need to make sure that we differentiate the sound of our mouth here. We have a to here as well. Okay, so that's one thing we need to be very careful of. And the other sound which we need to be very careful of is our ayn, because there's a few here, and differentiating it from our alif or our hamza. Okay, and making sure that we have a different sound there as well. All right, so these are just things that you need to be very careful of. Go slowly. You don't need to rush through this. Okay, we're not in a competition of speed. We're trying to make our recitation as beautiful and perfect as possible. Okay, so if we can have our first student for recitation, please.
Yes, our next student is A7392.
Bhajan Wap.
Assalamu alaikum, A7392, can you hear me?
Bhajan Wap. Bhajan.
Hello? Assalamu alaikum, A7392?
Okay, we lost the student.
Okay, that's fine.
Next student is A7142.
142. Assalamu alaikum, A7142? A7142, can you hear me?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, excellent. Are you ready to recite?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we start with Dawood, and then I'll move back onto the surah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة مزود.
Okay, stop there for it. Good, very good effort. You were really trying to say all the letters properly. That was really good. Couple of things you need to work on. You really need to focus on your timing, okay? It's lovely to have beautiful recitation, but before we get to the rhythm, we need to focus on the timing. So we need to make sure, you need to tell me, how long is this stroke here?
2 seconds.
This first one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
1 second.
Just over one, because you're joining it to the way, okay?
Four.
Way, right? And then what about this one?
That's 1 second.
1 second. Who? This one?
1 second.
And this one?
1 second.
Excellent. So that's humaza. Can you say that?
Humaza.
Brilliant. Perfect. Humaza.
Humaza.
Very good. This one?
That's 1 second.
1 second. And this one?
1 second.
1 second again. Maza.
Maza.
Maza. Well done. Now, one thing again, this is another thing I need to remind all of you of, is that when you did a waqf there, when you stopped there, you said mazat. Now, this is a ta al-marbuta. When there is a waqf on the ta al-marbuta, you have to change it to a ha sakin. So it would be mazah. Say mazah.
Maza.
Good, well done. So in all the cases, there's one here, there is one here, there is one here, and here, and here, and here. So throughout the surah, we have this. When you are stopping on this, it changes to a ha every time. Okay, so whenever you do a waqf on this letter, you have to change it into a ha. Okay, so let's try again. Make sure you're being very careful. Each sound needs to be just the 1 second. There's no elongated sounds here. Okay? So, off you go. Start again.
ويل لكل همزة لمزة.
Zah. Good. Excellent. That last one you got down. We still need to work on your timing. So listen to me once more. Okay? وَيْلُ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Okay? وَيْلُ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Try it once more.
ويل لكل همزة لمزة.
Tillumaza.
تلمزة.
Tillumaza. You have to make the ha sound.
تلمزة.
Excellent. Good. Let's try it once more. وَيْلُ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ.
ويل لكل همزة لمزة.
Much, much better. Tillumaza.
تلمزة.
Much better. Excellent. That was much better. Let's try the next one. So this will be alladhi, and there you have your 2 seconds. That's the only place. Okay? Alladhi. Try that.
الذي.
Alladhi. Remember, this is a th sound, not a buzzing sound. There's no z. Alladhi,
الذي
alladhi jama'a.
الذي جمع
Very good. Alladhi jama'a.
الذي جمع
Good, excellent. Now here we have an alif madda, so this will be 2 seconds. Okay, nothing here. This was 2 seconds, and this is 2 seconds, right? Ma long wa addada.
ما ما لو أدا
Da.
دا
Good, well done, much better. So let's try this whole line once more. I'll say it and then you say it, okay? الذي جمع مالا وعدده.
الذي جمع مالا
عدده.
وعدده.
Very good. Make sure there's a shadda here, so you really have to harden that. You really have to push on that sound. That was really good. That was much, much better. You can really see the improvement there. What I want you to do is I want you to keep practicing, okay? Make sure you focus not so much on your rhythm, but more on your pronunciation and keeping your timing right, okay? You really need to focus on making sure that your timing is exact, because then when the timing changes, that changes the meanings of the word. But just by reading that through with me twice, you improved so much. So just keep practicing that. Your waqf was really good. You really practiced that ha at the end. That was really good. So well done with that. And just keep focusing on your timing and keep practicing. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help, A7142. Allah Hafiz.
نافس.
Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is N8404.
N8404. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine. Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Excellent. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to start from here. Okay, but we're going to read Tawuz before we start, and then you will start from here. Okay, where this ya is. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Tawuz. Off you go.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good, very nice.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يحسب أن ماله أزلده.
Very good effort. Very nice. What letter is this?
خا.
Kha. Well done. Try it once more.
يحسب أن ماله أخلده.
Very nice. Much better. I think you said us the first time, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that. That was really good. So once more, just the whole line together. Yeah.
يحسب أن ماله أخلده.
Akhlata. Well done. Very nice. Your letter elongation was really good here and here. That was really nice. And you kept the rest of the letters to 1 second. That was really good. And here you held on the guna sound really well as well. Excellent. Well done. Let's move on to the next verse.
كلا لا ينبذن في الحطمة.
Very nice. Excellent. Very good. Once more, what I want you to do this time is really try and round on your mouth on this letter. Okay? Fil hu ta ma. Fil hutama. Okay? Once more.
كلا لا ينبذن في الحطمة.
Hutama. Well done. Excellent. There shouldn't be a ha sound at the end, but you just need to round your mouth when you say that. Good. Once more, and make sure here we have yumba. Once, say that for me.
Yumba.
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 Good. There's no noon sound here at all. It's just the meme. Okay, it's just the meme. We did have this lesson back in G1 for those that were in G1 class. Wherever you see this miniature meme, this is just the lesson just to show you. Lesson 22.8. So if you go onto the website, you can download this lesson in order to practice this if you need to. Okay, so wherever you see this miniature little tiny meme, you have to ignore the noon sound completely and you make a meme. You join the meme sound there. Okay?
Okay.
So just once more go through that. Make sure that we hear this meme sound. We shouldn't hear a noon. And the next letter is a ba. So you do the meme with the dry part of your lips. Yum. And then you roll your mouth through. Yum ba. Zanna. Okay? So once more from here.
Kalla la yumbazanna fil hutama.
Hutama. Well done. Excellent. And one more line, one more verse, please.
Wama adraka mal hutama.
Very good. Again, make sure that you're making your mouth nice and round for this. Okay? Huto. Hutama. Hutama. It's hard because you have to change the shape of your mouth. Ma is a soft sound. To is a thick sound. Okay? So once more from here. From the wa.
Wama adraka mal hutama.
Beautiful, much, much better. I could really hear this, the way that you were changing and you were concentrating on that sound there. That was really good. Lovely recitation, N8404. Beautiful, very nice to listen to you. Jazakumullah for your help.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we can have another student, please.
Yes, our next student is A7411.
A7411. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. Understanding everything in the lesson, okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So we're going to start from here, from this noon here, but I'm going to put the Tawuz PDF up. You're going to read that and then we'll do Bismillah and you start from here, okay?
Okay.
Let's go on to here. Okay, start from here, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, good. Just do this for me once more and remember that this is a soft lam because the letter before it is a kasra. Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once more.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Beautiful, well done. And we'll start here from the noon.
Narullahil muqaddat.
Once more.
Narullahil muqaddat.
Okay, very good. But what do we need to do here?
Making sound.
Okay, this is a vowel with a schoon and the letter before it has a dhamma on it. That makes it what? A vowel madda. Vowel madda. How long do you pronounce a vowel madda for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Excellent. You know what you're doing. Off you go. Start again from here.
Narullahil muqaddat.
Good. Once more. Make sure you elongate this for 2 seconds as well. You did it the first time. That time you did it slightly shorter. So, Narullahil muqaddah.
Narullahil muqaddat.
Very nice. And really nice stop there as well. Excellent. Good. Next.
Allati tattali'u ala al-afidat.
Once more.
Allati tattali'u ala al-afidat.
Okay, right. This is a hard verse. This is not an easy verse. Okay, because we have ta, we have to, we have ayn, we have a hamza, we have another ayn here. Okay, so there's lots of changing of sounds here. Okay, so we really, really need to be careful with this one. So it's allati.
Allati.
Tattali'u.
Tattali'u.
Good, very good. So ta. You have to make your mouth round. Tattali'u.
Tattali'u.
Good. Alal
Alal
afida.
afida.
Good. So again, we have that ayn sound here from your throat. Alal afida.
Alal afida.
Beautiful. Well done. Try that one once more.
Allati tattali'u alal afida.
Very good. Much, much better. Excellent. Really focus on this ayn sound, okay? Because you need to make the differentiation between that and the hamza, that and the alif. All right? Well done. Good. Let's carry on.
Innaha alayhim musada.
Okay. So inna, remember, noon gunna, you have to hold on that. Innaha
Innaha
alayhim
alayhim
mo. We're joining to the hamza. We're not joining to the ral. Remember, the ral is just a seat for the hamza. The hamza is what's important here. So, from your throat. This is an ayn. Alayhim sada.
alayhim musada.
Good. And you made that saw sound very well. You have to make sure that's a thick sound as well. Okay, so once more this line.
Innaha alayhim musada.
Very good. Last one.
Fi amal mumaddada.
Okay, once more, make sure your letters sounds are the right length. Once more.
Fi amal mumaddada.
Okay, fi 2 seconds and then ama 1 second each. Ama. Good. So we don't want to elongate this meme. You were elongating this slightly. Fi amadim mumaddada.
Fi amadin mumaddada.
Very good. Much better. You're holding on the meme for 2 seconds because the mum gunna and making sure that this ayn sound is very clear. Okay, it shouldn't sound like an alif. Fi amadim mumaddada.
Fi amadin mumaddada.
Good. Very good effort. Make sure you just practice that, holding on that meme for 2 seconds and making those individual sounds. That was really good recitation, A7411. Very nice to listen to you. Keep practicing. You corrected your sounds as you were going along, so that's really good. So just keep practicing those corrections and inshallah your flow will improve as you go along as well. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so we have been through today. There's quite a few rules that we've looked at today. There's 3 in particular that when you are reading this particular surah, you have to make sure if you are making a waqf here or any of these points where there's a ta al-marbuta, you have to stop as a ha sakin. Okay, the ta al-marbuta changes into a ha sakin and that's how you pause. Mazah, okay, al-hutamah, okay, al-af'idah, okay? So make sure you don't make a ta sound there. Don't make a ta sound because when you're doing a waqf, you have to stop. And the other 2 things which people did really well was joining with this idgham kamil. So you're joining this lam to this lam here and there's no noon sound in the middle, even though there's a tanween here. So you ignore the nasal sound and you join straight. So waylul kulli. No nasal sound. Same here. Tillu mazah. There's no nasal sound there. Okay, that's the other rule. And then we just briefly focus on this miniature meme, that if there's a noon sakin but there's a miniature meme next to it, the noon sakin disappears and you pronounce the meme instead. So, la yumba. La yumba. Okay? Right? So there's a few little things that you need to focus on, and one of the most important of those is the thick and thin sounds. So joining with the thick and thin sounds, you've got your ta and your ta, and then you've got your ayn sound, and you've got your hamza sound, which is an E. So it's a softer sound. Okay? So you need to just practice this surah, and your homework for today will be to practice. So I want you to all practice this surah. It's a little bit harder, not hard, but just trying to make your mouth change from thick sounds to thin sounds can be a little difficult at the beginning, but the more you practice, and the more you practice properly, and the more you practice on making sure the sounds are right, the quicker you will become. I don't want you to focus on speed. I want you to focus on pronunciation, and slowly the speed will come naturally. Okay, again, timing is very important. So the homework today is practice al-humaza, the backbiter, practice assimilation, Imam Kamil, which is what we looked at today, but the other rules apply as well. Time is extremely important, making sure those 1 second sounds remain 1 second sounds, those 2 second sounds go up to 2 seconds. Okay, these are things that you all need to focus on. And in this surah, the pronunciation is quite difficult at times, moving between thick and thin sounds. So that's really important that you practice that today. Okay, the lesson reference, if you want to go back and look at Idgham Kamil in more detail, is lesson 20.1, and that's page 83 if you've got the hard copy at home. Okay, so if we go on to our final prayer for today, please, if we have a student for our final dua.
Yes, N8398.
Assalamu alaikum, N8398.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So if we're just going to say Dawood, and then we'll end with our final prayer. So off you go.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay. Min ash-shaytanir rajim.
من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good, well done. Start from here.
اللهم أرحمني بالقرآن العظيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة.
Rahmah. Good, well done. And the translation?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakumullah to everybody for attending today's class. Apologies again for the problem with the technology. Inshallah, we will see you all again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.